Everyone please stand or remain standing while the Middleborough High School Concert Choir, under the direction of Mr. Patrick Converse, performs the Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you. Administrators, department chairs, faculty, parents, and invited guests of the members of the class of 2019, welcome to Senior Last Assembly. At this time, I would like to call Heidi Cretion, Student Council President, to the podium.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and the class of 2019. As high school is coming to an end, I've been reflecting on all the opportunities I've had for the past 4 years and what I've done with them. I started high school as a 3-season athlete, heavily involved in our theater program, and eager to learn all that Student Council had to offer. Sophomore year, being class president allowed me to sit on the executive board and see firsthand what Student Council was all about. It was this experience that opened my eyes and made me realize this is the organization I wanted to dedicate myself to for the next 3 years. Since then, I've been able to fulfill my dream of leading our council and could not be more thankful for it. Not only have I grown as a person, but I was able to see each meeting the eager new freshman in front of me, faced with the same opportunity as we had at the beginning of our journey. In these freshmen, I was able to get a glimpse into our past. Remember when we were looking up to the seniors, walking through these halls, feeling like it would be forever before we would fill their shoes. Yet here we are. We listened to their stories of triumphs, from their favorite memories of staying up all night at lock-in, to the games where they made the winning catches, to the trips to friendlies with cast and crew who felt more like a family. We learned that high school is so much more than just classes we sit through. It's a time to truly enjoy being part of a larger community and find our second family. Over the course of this past year, whether you realize it or not, we have become those role models. During Start Strong, I watched as we welcomed the incoming freshmen with open arms. We taught them energizers that they all sat through, looking around the auditorium with apprehension, waiting for the cue it was okay to let loose. We taught them that Middleborough High School is a place where it is okay to be yourself and that it is okay to fully enjoy every aspect of our school culture. We took them under our wings and introduced them to the school with our own stories of all we had done for the past 3 years. As our time at Middleborough High School comes to a close, these memories are now behind us. I hope that everyone sitting here is happy with the experiences that they've chosen to partake in, whether it was trying out for a team that you thought you wouldn't make but you did, landing that role that you read lines for all night long, or passing those courses that you swore you were going to drop out of. Hopefully you've made the most of high school and can say you found your passion like I found mine. Take this time to enjoy all that you have accomplished, because looking around, each of us has given something to Middleborough High School that we should be proud of. Acknowledge all that you have achieved. As we start the next chapter of our lives, we advance with a clean slate. Use the momentum of high school to keep finding what you're passionate about and dedicate yourself fully to it. Learn from the moments you wish you seized and apply them to the future, because high school has been the foundation and it's now time for us to continue moving onward. To my family, thank you for everything. Without your support, there's no way I could have done all the activities that I did throughout high school. You guys have allowed me to live in the moment and make the most of my experience. To our teachers, thank you for teaching us everything you know. Not only have you been patient with us teaching your lessons, but you've also shared your stories that we will no doubt hold close to our hearts as we make our own. To Student Council, thank you for shaping me to the person I am today. The late nights in the Stuco office making posters and cutting out stars at the beginning of the school year are memories that I will always cherish. Thank you to Brandon and Sean for all you guys do to support not only me, but the whole council. Their commitment to us and letting the students truly take charge is what makes our school a home. And finally, to the incoming executive board, don't forget to cherish every moment. It is easy to get caught up in the stress of an event and the planning of the next one that's right around the corner. Allow yourself to take time to look at the people around you and truly enjoy each other's company. Shannon, you have been there every step of the way this year as my vice president, and I am so excited to see all you are going to accomplish in the upcoming year. You are more than qualified, and I have peace of mind knowing that I'm leaving the council in such capable hands. You are truly going to crush it. Now, as my final act as student council president, it is my honor to introduce the incoming executive board. Your new president, Shannon Hurley. Vice President Anna DeBona. Treasurer Christopher Kogan. Secretary Tori Warner. Event Coordinator Greta Jacobson. The other event coordinator is also Zachary Lowell. Your publicity coordinators are Maggie DeRosia and Matthew Ruggiero. Julie? And Julie Carrington. Sorry about that. Your historians are Jade Almodovar and Kara McManus. For the class of 2020, President Carissa Chain. And Member at Large Avery Thomas. For the class of 2021, President Mandy Buchunt. And Member at Large Mia Bennett. Aileen Petty. For the class of 2022, you have your President Owen Kidd. And Member at Large Matt Gavush. And that is the class of the upcoming year for 2019 to 2020. It is now my honor to pass on the gavel to Shannon Hurley. Shannon, as you take on your role as president next year, all I can say is enjoy it. You are more than ready to lead MHS, and never forget that. Don't doubt what you have because your talent is seen by many. Good luck, and most importantly, have fun with your council. Now I have the pleasure, I already handed over the gavel. Thank you and congrats, Shannon.
Heidi, before you officially step away from your role as student council president, that the student council president serves as a student body president for the entire school. And her role this year has been tremendous. You have led with grace, you have been an incredible inspiration to a school and to a council, and you truly made sure the fact that every single student here felt like they were a part of something. So on behalf of all of us here, we want to make sure that your leadership never ends as you head off to Arizona State, and make sure that you take this gavel with you. We're proud of you.
The concert choir, underneath the direction of Mr. Patrick Converse, will now perform Seasons of Love, featuring senior soloists Ashley Berry, Rachel Peterson, Maggie Smith, accompanied by Cameron Morano on piano. Thank you. And now we welcome Mr. Paul Brannigan.
Thank you so much, Sydney. First and foremost, welcome to the graduating class of 2019. And secondly, I really want to give a warm welcome to all of our family members that are here tonight to celebrate this outstanding class. We have quite a celebration planned for you tonight. As you know, with our concert choir, a special thanks for them to being a part of this tonight as we celebrate our students in their leadership, in the arts, in academics, in athletics, in everywhere in between. That tonight is a night where we honor this outstanding class for all that they have given to the school, to their studies, to the athletic fields, to the stage, and to every event to make every student here feel like they're a part of something. And we're just so very thankful for all that you have done over your 4 years to this graduating class. So as we begin tonight, we have one special recognition I would like to do. We will begin with a lot of our honor societies of just recognition to make sure the fact that your outstanding work academically is being recognized. But I would like to call to the stage one very, very special young lady. Would Gabby Segura please join me on stage here in the center? Miss Gabby Segura. She was unable to join us last night for our scholarship nights. We wanted to make sure that we did right and honor her tonight in front of everyone. Gabby, in the fall, will be attending the National EMS Institute for Emergency Medical Technician Training. And tonight, you are receiving, Gabby, an Oak Point Homeowners Scholarship, which is given to a student who is heading off to a trade school. So congratulations to you. We're proud of you. At this time, we would like to announce the names of our National Honor Society students. These students have a weighted grade point average of 3.60 or higher. Once accepted, members of the National Honor Society must maintain a grade point average of a 3.55. They must serve at least 10 hours of community service, follow the school's code of conduct, and attend the National Honor Society events to be considered a graduating NHS member in good standing. Membership is based upon proof of service, leadership, character, as well as academics, which are the pillars of NHS. Students, please stand and face the audience when your name is called and remain standing until you are asked to be seated. Audience, we ask that you hold your applause until all the students have been recognized. Please stand. Your president, Joshua Young. Your vice president, Emily Geddes. The secretary, Isabella Ventresca. Your activity chair, Madison Roberts. And now your membership. Jules Andrade, Zach Belanger, Katrina Bigamas, Morgan Briggs, Peter Collegiero, Maddie Canavo, Skyla Carrasquillo, Zach Chin, Heidi Cretion, Erica Correa, Cassidy Cragen, Ashley Curtin, Natalie Dargelis, Julia Delamano, Megan Doherty, Ariana Dones, Garrett Donahoe, Vanessa Dos Anjos, Erin Egersheim, Noel Engracia, Michael Gould, Caitlin Harrington, Maddie Kilpeck, Cam Labrie, Michaela Linehan, Riley Leonard, Sydney Littlefield, Bridget Lynch, Owen McCarthy, Hannah Melendi, Milo Oliva, Rachel Peterson, Matthew Reed, Emily Sargent, Maggie Smith, Jake Studley, Dylan Tobias. Please stand. Congratulations to the members of the National Honor Society. And to our NHS members, as you are standing, I would like to call to the podium to say a few words, your president of NHS. Please welcome Mr. Joshua Young.
Thank you, Mr. Brannigan. The National Honor Society has worked hard this year to maintain its prestigious reputation, and we would not have had such success if it had not been for our officers and advisor. I would like to thank Activities Coordinator Madison Roberts, Secretary Bella Ventresca, who really did everything at NHS, and Vice President Emily Geddes for their enthusiasm and positivity throughout this year. I enjoyed every minute of working with you all. I would also like to thank Mrs. Gleavy for her inspiring leadership and commitment to our society. You are a superb role model and contribute so much to our school. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our NHS members. If you can please be seated, please. And at this time, would Mr. Dizell or Mrs. Jamieson please join me at the presentation for the presentation of honor graduates. Our members of NHS have our insignia with their stoles that they're wearing, the gold stoles. And the following students, when we call your name, we're going to be asking you to come to the stage to receive a pin that we ask you wear in your graduation gown to recognize that you are graduating with honors. Each year, in addition to honoring the National Honor Society members with their cords, we pay tribute to those seniors who did extremely well academically. Their grade point average had to be at least a 3.30. We would like to present them with a pin indicating that they will be graduating on Saturday with honors. We ask that the recipients stay on stage until all members have received their award and ask you hold your applause till the end. Will the following members of the senior class please join us on stage? Kayla Bonney, Dan Botello, Aaron Connolly, Paige Kreitz, Thomas Devine, Logan Dufilly, Joe Escolas, Connor Harrington, Johnny Harris, Brandon Hogan, Chase Holyoke, Ethan Matos, Matthew McNaughton, Sydney Montross, Dana Moore, Casey Moore, Hannah Morrison, Brendan Parker, Desiree Pelletier, Cora Pereira, Ryan Perry, Ryan Quill, Bella Ruggiero, Daniel Scalfani, Shaunna Segrin, Caitlin Sluhaki, Rachel Toole, Olivia Vieira, Abby Wager, and Ian Yeskovich. To our graduating class of 2019, graduating with honors, make sure these pins are proudly displayed on your gowns. Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. Nice round of applause for our honor graduates. You can return to your seats. At this time, we will have the members of the Silver M Society stand up to be recognized. These members were nominated by faculty and selected by their fellow members based upon their service to their school and their community. This historic organization in our school, we're very proud of it, and we're proud of all of our senior members. Would the following members of Silver M who are recognized by their silver tassels that they received, please stand when your name is called and please face the audience. Your president of the Silver M Society, Dylan Tobias. Your vice president, Zach Belanger. Your secretary, Owen McCarthy. Your treasurer, Caitlin Harrington. And your membership, Jules Andrade, Katrina Bigamas, Maddie Canavo, Heidi Cretion, Garrett Donahoe, Emily Geddes, Michael Gould, Brandon Hogan, Cameron Labrie, Bridget Lynch, Hannah Melendi, Milo Oliva, Ryan Perry, Madison Roberts, Jacob Studley, Isabella Ventresca, and Joshua Young. And as our members of Silver M are standing, I would like to welcome to the podium for a few remarks the president of the Silver M Society, Mr. Dylan Tobias.
How's everybody doing tonight? Silver M is a prestigious society of Middleborough High School's finest students in the classroom, on the field, on the stage, and in the community. The members of Silver M strive each day to improve constantly and to serve as reliable friends and role models for their peers. It is because of this dedication to the school and their optimism for the future of our class that I thank all Silver M members from the class of 2019. You all play such an integral part of our school, and without you, we would not be the same. I would also like to thank Mr. Chamberlain as our advisor to Silver M. I cannot thank you enough for believing in who we can be as a class and as individuals, and guiding us towards our bright future. Finally, I would like to thank Mr. Brannigan, Mrs. Jameson, Mr. Dizell, all faculty and families. Without your unconditional support, we would not be here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you to our Silver M members. You may be seated. And now I have the honor of recognizing our honor societies. We will begin with Mu Alpha Theta. With the following students who have been inducted into Mu Alpha Theta, the National High School Math and Two-Year College Mathematics Honor Society. To be selected, students must complete their mathematics courses with distinction and be active members of the mathematics community as demonstrated by their participation on the mathematics team here at Middleborough High School. The following seniors have met the criteria for selection and will be wearing variegated blue and gold honor cords. As I call your names, please stand to be recognized as you face the audience. Once again, we ask you to hold your applause until all students have been recognized. Your members of Mu Alpha Theta, class of 2019, Zach Belanger, Zach Chin, Heidi Cretion, Natalie Dargelis, your president, Erin Igersheim, Noelle Ingracia, your secretary, Emily Geddes, Caitlin Harrington, Johnny Harris, Owen McCarthy, Matthew Reed, Madison Roberts, Emily Sargent, Dylan Tobias, and Isabella Ventresca. Congratulations to members of Mu Alpha Theta. At this time, we'll be recognizing to our members. You may be seated. Thank you. To our membership in the foreign languages. We have 3 honor societies in foreign language for Spanish, Russian, and French. The following students were inducted in either the French, the Spanish, or the Russian Honor Society at a ceremony this past year. These special seniors are wearing red cords to signify their membership in their respective honor society. Students, please stand and face the audience when your name is called. For the Spanish National Honor Society, please stand. Your membership: Zach Belanger, Maddie Canavo, Skyla Carrasquillo, Paige Kreitz, Julia Delamano, Tom Devine, Vanessa Dos Anjos, Joe Escolas, Caitlin Harrington, Sydney Jutras, Cam Labrie, Athelia Lemaire, Riley Leonard, Ruchi Patel, Madison Roberts, Olivia Vieira, and Joshua Young. Please join our Spanish Honor Society. When I call your name, please stand as the members of the French National Honor Society. Vanessa Dos Anjos, Erin Igersheim, Noelle Ingracia, Bridget Lynch, Emily Sargent, and Isabella Ventresca. And to close our Foreign Languages Honor Society with Slava, our Russian Honor Society, please stand. Dan Botello, Zach Chin, Garrett Donahoe, Johnny Harris, Justin Perry, Ryan Quill, Matthew Reed, Sophia Rusiano, Dan Scalfani, Maggie Smith, and Ian Yeskovich. Congratulations to all of our Foreign Language Honor Society students. I'm very proud of you. Now we'll move on to history, which is known as Rho Kappa, the National Social Studies Honor Society. Rho Kappa is an honor society for the recognition of excellence in history and the social studies at Middleborough High School. Rho Kappa represents the intent of the society to better the study of history through the work of the organization. This honor society is open to juniors and seniors who met the membership entrance criteria. Graduating senior members must have fulfilled 3 years of Middleborough High School's requirements in the social studies with a minimum of 3.5 grade point average in those classes and complete 10 hours of community service in each year of their membership. Moreover, the active members must also have exhibited qualities of leadership, service, and citizenship, both in their school and the community, through their partnership with the Middleborough Historical Association. Members of Rho Kappa will be wearing blue and white honor cords. To the members of Rho Kappa, when I call your name, if you'd please stand and face the audience. Rho Kappa. Zach Belanger, Morgan Briggs, Peter Collegiero, Zach Chin, Heidi Cretion, Julia Delamano, Erin Igersheim, Emily Geddes, Caitlin Harrington, Cam Labrie, Riley Leonard, Bridget Lynch, Hannah Melendi, Ryan Perry, Madison Roberts, Maggie Smith, Dylan Tobias, Isabella Ventresca, and Josh Young. Congratulations to Rho Kappa. You may be seated. To our National English Honor Society, these following students were inducted into the National English Honor Society at a recent induction ceremony. These special seniors are wearing blue and a blue and gold cord to signify their membership in the English Honor Society. Members must maintain a 3.0 in English and a 3.0 in a general GPA, demonstrating an interest in reading and writing literature. Members are also required to complete community service hours in accordance with the requirements established by the National Foundation of this honor society. Students, when I call your name, please stand. Congratulating to the members of the NEHS. Jules Andrade, Zach Belanger, Nicole Billings, Morgan Briggs, Peter Collegiero, Maddie Canavo, Zach Chin, Heidi Cretion, Erica Correa, Cassidy Cragen, Ashley Curtin, Natalie Dargelis, Julia Delamano, Logan Dufilli, Emily Geddes, Caitlin Harrington, your president, Chase Holyoke, Cam Labrie, Sydney Littlefield, Bridget Lynch, Hannah Melendi, Casey Moore, Ryan Perry, Madison Roberts, Bella Ruggiero, Caitlin Sluhaki, Maggie Smith, Dylan Tobias, Bella Ventresca, and Abby Wager. Congratulations to our English honor students. We will now move on to our science. The following students were inducted into the National Science Honor Society back in the early spring. These special seniors are wearing a tricolored cord to signify their membership in this honor society. The Science National Honor Society encourages and recognizes scientific and intellectual thought, advances students' knowledge of the classical and modern science, facilitates communication within the scientific community, and aids the civic community with comprehension of science, and encourages students to participate in the community service in the pursuit of scientific knowledge that benefits all humankind. Students, as I call your name, please stand as the membership of the Science National Honor Society. Zach Belanger, Katrina Bigamas, Peter Collegiero, Zach Chin, Heidi Cretion, Natalie Dargelis, Erin Igersheim, Emily Geddes, Caitlin Harrington, Cam Labrie, Sydney Montross, Madison Roberts, Emily Sargent, and Bella Ventresca. Congratulations to our members of the Science Honor Society. And our last honor society that we'll be recognizing at this time is our Music Honor Society, which is known as Tri-M. The students are selected for membership in the Tri-M Music Honor Society on the basis of musicianship, scholarship, character, leadership, and service to their school and their community. Students inducted into Tri-M, the Honor Society for Music, will receive a certificate, and they will have a pink cord that they will wear at graduation. As our members of Tri-M, as your name is called, would you please rise and face the audience, please? Devin Avila, Ashley Barry, Katrina Bigamas, Skyla Carrasquillo, Nolan Childs, Ethan Clark, Erica Correa, Cassidy Cragen, Natalie Dargelis, Tom Devine, Lily DeBona, Ariana Dones, Riley Dragunis, Andrew Francis, Emily Geddes, Connor Harrington, Madeline Kilpeck, Michaela Linehan, Sydney Littlefield, Matt Melchin, Casey Moore, Rachel Peterson, Caitlin Rollier, Bella Ruggiero, Dylan Smith, Maggie Smith, Jake Studley, Bella Ventresca, Abby Wager, and Brandon Willey. Congratulations to all of our members of Tri-M. At this time, will the following students please join me on stage? Heidi Cretion, right here in the center, and if you can please line up in front of the table. Heidi Cretion, Ashley Curtin, Noelle Ingracia, Owen McCarthy, Sydney Montross, Ryan Perry, Ian Yeskovich, and Joshua Young, please. These students tonight are receiving recognition for their completion with success of the AP Capstone program, and they will be receiving tonight their AP Capstone certificate. The AP Capstone is a College Board program that equips students with the independent research, collaborative teamwork, and communication skills that are increasingly valued by colleges. It cultivates the curious, independent, collaborative scholars and prepares them to make logical, evidence-based decisions. The AP Capstone is comprised of 2 AP courses, AP Seminar and AP Research. It is designed to complement and enhance the discipline-specific study in other AP courses. Participating schools can use the AP Capstone program to provide unique research opportunities for current AP students, or to expand access to AP by encouraging students to master the argument-based writing skills of the AP Capstone and what it develops. Middleborough High School was one of the very first schools in Massachusetts to launch this cutting-edge program for students. It was launched in the fall of 2016 with the first AP class, AP Seminar, and in 2017, we launched the AP Research class. 8 members, and there'll be 2 that I'm going to recognize in just a moment, of the class of 2019 will be recognized for their contributions to the AP Capstone program and will be recognized with the blue and green academic cords that they have on their person tonight. We will learn, and we already know, that 8 of these students had received the AP Capstone certificate based upon their qualifying scores in AP Seminar and AP Research. And we will find out if any of these students will receive the AP Capstone diploma based upon their advancement in AP. While these members are standing, with Jake Steiner and Ethan Mattos, please stand. A special recognition for Jacob and for Ethan. These 2 young men have completed AP Seminar with success, and we're waiting to hear on their scores for AP Research, which will come in July. Your AP certificates are ready for you, and as soon as those scores come in, we will officially award you your AP certificate for AP Capstone. So for the 10 members that are here tonight, if you would join me in a nice round of applause for the 10 members of the AP Capstone program. Congratulations to all of you. You may be seated. Thank you. Would the following students please join me on stage? Logan Dufilli, Caitlin Harrington, Cam Labrie, Dylan Tobias, Isabel Ventresca, and Joshua Young. These students tonight are being recognized by the College Board as well as Middleborough High School as AP Scholars. The AP Scholars Program celebrates students who have achieved notable commendation for their performance on their respective advanced placement exams during their tenure in high school. Tonight, Middleborough High School will celebrate and honor 6 members of the class of 2019 for achieving qualifying scores on at least 3 or more of their AP exams. This award does not include any exams that have been taken in the 2019 examination period, as those scores will not be released until July. As I call your name, please step forward. Logan Dufilli. Logan Dufilli attained qualifying scores in AP Seminar, AP English Language Composition, and AP U.S. History. Congratulations to you, Logan. Caitlin Harrington. Caitlin attained qualifying scores in AP English Language Composition, AP Statistics, and AP Chemistry. Congratulations to you, Caitlin. Cam Labrie. Cam has received qualifying scores in AP English Language Competition, AP Statistics, and AP Biology. Congratulations to you. Dylan Tobias. Dylan attained qualifying scores in AP Seminar, AP English Language and Composition, and AP Statistics. Congratulations. Bella Ventresca. Bella received qualifying scores in AP English Language and Composition, Calculus AB, and AP Chemistry. Congratulations to you. And Joshua Young. Joshua Young, he received qualifying scores in AP Research, AP Seminar, AP English Language Composition. Congratulations to you, Josh. Thank you very much. Would the following students please join me on stage? Zach Chin and Heidi Cretion. Our two seniors standing in front of you tonight will be receiving a distinction as known as AP Scholar with Honor. These students who have received an average score of a 3.25 on all of their AP exams taken and scores a 3 or higher on 4 or more of these AP exams. Tonight, Middleborough High School will celebrate 2 of these senior members for meeting the requirements of an AP Scholar with Honor. This award does not include any exams that were taken in the 2019 examination period. Zach Chin, if you could step forward, please. Zach attained qualifying scores in AP English Language in Composition, AP US History, AP Statistics, and AP Biology. Congratulations to you, Zach. Heidi Cretion. Heidi Cretion had qualifying scores in AP Research, AP Seminar, AP English Language in Composition, and AP US History. Congratulations to you. Thank you very much. And lastly, would Owen McCarthy please join us in the center, please? Tonight, we have one member of the senior class who will be recognized as an AP Scholar with Distinction. The AP Scholar with Distinction are students who receive an average 3.5 on all AP exams taken in scores of a 3 or higher on 5 or more AP exams. Tonight, Middleborough High School will celebrate Owen McCarthy as he will be named an AP Scholar with Distinction. This does not include any AP courses that were taken or tested during the 2019 season. Owen McCarthy, he received qualifying scores in AP Research, AP Seminar, AP English Language and Composition, Calculus AB, and AP Statistics. Congratulations to you, Owen. At this time, it is with great honor to introduce to you your student speaker for tonight. A nice round of applause for your student speaker, Mr. Chase Holyoke.
How's it going? Huh? Yeah, I think it's fine. All right. Good evening, parents, teachers, staff, and the graduating class of 2019. When it comes to the human experience, it is my understanding that it becomes increasingly difficult to forget the things we're meant to value most. To me, there are only 3: love, life, and the love for life. MHS, I'd like you to think back to your first memory, or as most would like to call it, the good times. Whether it was with a parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, sibling, think about how you felt when you were with them. At the time, you couldn't quite describe it, and possibly didn't even understand why it was happening, but all you knew was the feeling of love. As time wears on, we find more people to love. It may be the people you decided to spend your weekends with. The hobby turns to a special passion. Sorry about that, folks. Or maybe it's that special someone. It may seem scary to pursue this love, as all love is uncertain. It could last a minute, it could last a lifetime, and sometimes you may ask yourself, well, what's the use? I implore you to chase the feeling regardless. As Shakespeare writes in Hamlet, Doubt the stars are fire. Doubt the sun doth move. Doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt thy love. Against all reasonable doubt, never be afraid to fearlessly love one another. In the end, it is this love that will prevail against all forces. You may not be able to comprehend it still, quite frankly. I don't either, but feel it nonetheless. Never be afraid to tell the ones around you that you love them, because you may not get the chance to do the same tomorrow. This brings me to my next item, life. One of the most important lessons I've learned during my time at Middleborough was to appreciate life even when it throws you curveballs. The hardships, failures, and follies were all a part of the beautiful experience that we all got to share together these past 4 years. The class of 2019 will never be defined by our worst moments, but how we responded in spite of them. We've reached success, and by God, we've reached success. We have champions, record breakers, musical prodigies, aspiring actors and actresses, excelling scholars, creative artists, and still talent to be discovered within our class. Down the road, these same students will become teachers, artists, CEOs, doctors, even aerospace engineers. The road ahead won't be easy. In some cases, it literally is rocket science. But we faced these barriers before. Whether you were a gritty grinder on a young lacrosse program, or you were striving for a 5 after getting a 1 on the AP mock exam. We've truly never been a class to give up. As Will Smith tells his son in The Pursuit of Happiness, don't know why that one got a couple laughs, all right. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. If you want something, go get it, period. This has always been our mentality as a class. We never let the little things get in our way. Instead, we lace up the old bootstraps and faced adversity head on. It's our charm. It's our chips on the shoulder that truly make us great. Hold on to this grit, sachems. Never stop fighting back against whatever life decides to throw your way. Finally, this brings me to my last topic, the love for life. Far too often, we take life for granted. Instead of being thankful for what was given to us, we let it go to waste and reminisce on what we had before us. Think about where you are right now. We are simply 2 wake-ups away from graduating high school. Do not let the fears of tomorrow or the worries of yesterday ruin what's happening right now. As my favorite actor Jim Carrey once said, if you aren't in the moment, you're either looking forward to uncertainty or back on pain and regret. Understand that right now is a time like no other. Remember back to freshman year when every senior told you, it goes by so fast and it's the best 4 years of your life. You didn't understand them then, probably because Brand's freshman assembly felt like it would never end. But look at us now. You're about to go into the real world, and it may seem daunting, but don't let it frighten you. Soak in the moment. Appreciate all that is around you. Loved ones, mentors, best friends, everyone you got to share this 4-year experience with. They are all here to celebrate you in this moment right now. Don't let it go to waste because of what happened yesterday or in fear of what will happen tomorrow. Love the life that you are living right now. Fight every fight life throws your way as if it's your last, and tell the people around you that you love them. So this is it, our last moment all together in this auditorium. Still no AC. You knew it was coming whether you wanted it to or not. So take all the pictures, say all your thank yous, do everything to ensure that these last few memories in high school are good ones. It'll go by in the blink of an eye. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2019.
Well done, Chase. Thank you very much. Outstanding. At this time, I would like to introduce the Middleborough High School Concert Choir under the direction of Mr. Patrick Converse, who will now perform The Road Home. Thank you so much. Outstanding. Thank you, Mr. Converse. Would the following students please join us on stage in front of the presentation table? Dan Botello, Heidi Cretion, Garrett Donahoe, Caitlin Harrington, Chase Holyoke, Sydney Littlefield, Owen McCarthy, Sydney Montross, Ryan Perry, Bella Ruggiero, and Isabella Ventresca. Would Sydney, Bella, Sydney Littlefield, Caitlin, and Ryan Perry please step forward? The following members of the class of 2019 worked continuously and very hard as the members of the class of 2019 Executive Board. Sydney Montross serving as your president, Bella Ventresca serving as your vice president, Sydney Littlefield as your secretary, Caitlin Harrington as your treasurer, and Ryan Perry as your member at large. We want to congratulate you, and if Mr. Dizell and Mrs. James could present the medallions, please. A nice round of applause for our class officers. At this time, would Heidi Cretion, Garrett Donahoe, and Bella, and Dan, Chase, and Owen, would you please step forward? The following members of the class of 2019, this group served as the Student Council Executive Board this year. Heidi Cretion is your president, Garrett as the treasurer, Bella as your publicity coordinator, Dan as your historian, Chase Holyoke as the MASC delegate to the State Executive Board, and Owen McCarthy, who served as the school committee representatives. We would like to thank all of you for all the work you have done this year for the students and faculty of Middleborough High School, and at this time, we'd like to present to you your leadership medallions. And a nice round of applause for our student leadership team. Well done. And actually, they shouldn't have gone too far. If Chase Holyoke, Owen McCarthy, and Ryan Perry would join in the front of the podium, as well as Sydney Jutras, if you could please join us on stage. If Owen McCarthy and Ryan Perry could step forward, please. At this time, we'd like to acknowledge Owen and Ryan, who represented Middleborough High School at the Regional State Student Advisory Council, which is a prominent organization that is run through the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. Owen and Ryan attended monthly meetings at West Bridgewater High School as they represented Middleborough as a student voice on the state level. They would attend these meetings and they would talk about the many initiatives and issues that are challenging students in our Commonwealth, and that their voice became the voice at the DESC. It is with great pleasure to recognize Owen and Ryan for being the fine representatives of Middleborough on the State Student Advisory Council. Congratulations to you. Chase Holyoke, if you'd please step forward. The Middleborough High School Student Council once again had a very active year. They were very influential in the State Association of Student Council, and Chase was elected in March of 2018 to serve as the delegate on the Massachusetts Association of Student Councils, which represents all student councils throughout the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Chase was instrumental in the planning of the State Summer Leadership Conference, which over 90 students from Middleborough attended last summer, and the State Officer Shop at the College of the Holy Cross, and the annual State Leadership Convention in March. This conference is attended by well over 1,200 student leaders from across the state, and Chase had his hands in everything as he helped make every student leave their mark. Chase, congratulations to you on representing Middleborough High School as the MASC delegate. Congratulations. Thanks. Owen McCarthy, if you could please step forward. We're going to be recognizing Owen for his representation as the student for Hobie. Owen was the representative of the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Program during his sophomore year at Middleborough High School. Owen spent the weekend in May on the campus of Bentley University learning and refining his leadership skills. He was able to work with numerous leaders from across the state and nation through this nationally recognized conference. Owen, we want to congratulate you for representing our school at Hobie. Sydney Jutras, if you could step forward, please. Sydney Jutras is being recognized for her representation at the Student Government Day Student Government Day in Boston. Each year, a Middleborough High School student represents our school at the annual Student Government Day sponsored by the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. This event, held at the Massachusetts State House, brings student leaders from across the Commonwealth to come and learn about government and leadership. This year, Sydney Jutras served last year as our representative of Middleborough High School. This outstanding senior representing many of the state senators and representatives as she debated issues on the floor of the House and the Senate. Sydney, we want to congratulate you for your service. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you. Would Brandon Boutte, Travis Colby, Cam Rideout, and Tyler Tobias please join us on stage? Brandon Boutte, Travis Colby, Cam Rideout, and Tyler Tobias were sponsored by the American Legion Post 64 here in Middleborough to participate in the Massachusetts State Police Student Trooper Program, which is a week-long summer program held at the State Police Academy in New Braintree. The four of them attended last summer. They were interviewed by membership of the American Legion, and they were selected to represent the town of Middleborough and our school at this very prestigious event with pride and honor. We want to thank and congratulate the four of you for representing our school at the Student Trooper Program. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Congrats as you get a picture with Shaunna. Thank you very much. Would Owen McCarthy, Sydney Montross, and Bella Ventresca please join us on stage? The Massachusetts Association of Student Councils, in conjunction with the Middleborough High School Student Council, is proud to present the 2019 MASC Commonwealth Awards. These prestigious awards are given to three seniors who epitomize what it means to be a student leader. And on behalf of the entire Middleborough High School community, we thank you and congratulate you to being the student leaders that you are and the hard work that you gave to our school. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations. Would Chase Holyoke, Ryan Perry, and Josh Young please join us on the stage, please? These three fine young men are being recognized for their participation at Boys State. Boys State is sponsored by the American Legion Auxiliary Post 64. This program teaches students about government by taking an active and practical role in its operation by using the state model to complete with governing bodies and elected officials. At the end of their junior year, Chase, Owen, and Josh served as the Boys State's representative. They spent a week on the campus of Stonehill College learning about the inner workings of American government. And as I said, they were sponsored by the American Legion to participate in this event. We're very proud of you and congratulations for your service to Boys State. Thank you very much. Would Sydney Jutras please join us on stage? As Owen, Ryan, and Josh attended Boys State during that week in their junior year, Sydney was also there representing our school at the Girls State program, which is also sponsored by the American Legion Post 64. As the same as it teaches, the program teaches students about government and taking active and practical roles in its operation by using a state model complete with governing bodies and elected officials. Sydney spent her week at Girls State being an unbelievable leader and a role model for the other young women that were there. We want to congratulate you, Sydney, for your work at Girls State. Owen McCarthy, if you can come on back up. Each year, the Massachusetts Association of Student Council issues an award to a deserving leader from every school in the state. The MASC Unsung Hero Award recognizes a leader who serves their school unconditionally and gives time, energy, dedication, and compassion to the good work of a school. Owen McCarthy truly represents the best of what student council leadership is, and this award is a special tribute to a remarkable young man and leader. On behalf of the entire MASC and our school, we want to congratulate you with the 2019 Unsung Hero Award. Mr. Ryan Perry, if you could join us on stage. Ryan Perry is being recognized as the unsung hero for the southeastern part of our state for Student Council. Every year that our school gets to select one student who will be recognized at the spring convention that will be named the unsung hero. And this year, that Ryan is that person. He is a person who gives unconditionally and gives his time, energy, and dedication and compassion to the good work of a school. Ryan Perry truly represents the best in student leadership, and we're so proud of the leader and the man that he has become. So Ryan, on behalf of all of us here, we congratulate you on this award. And Ryan, if you want to go back out, please. Mr. Ryan Perry, over the last 2 years, has had one heck of a journey as he participated in the American Legion oratorical competition. Ryan competed in this very prestigious program and contest in both his junior and senior year. This is a national speech competition developed to give students a deeper understanding and appreciation of the U.S. Constitution. Since 1938, the program has presented participants with an academic speaking challenge that teaches the importance of leadership qualities, the history of our nation's laws, the ability to think and speak clearly, and the understanding of the duties and responsibilities, rights, and privileges of American citizenship. The contest awards over $138,000 in scholarships each year to students at the district, regional, state, and national levels, which can be used at any college or university in the United States. The contest requires participants to give an 8 to 10 minute prepared oration on any aspect of the U.S. Constitution of their choosing, as well as a 3 to 5 minute oration on one of the 4 topics that are assigned by the American Legion. The participant does not know which of the 4 assigned topics that will be picked until the day of the contest begins. Contestants are not allowed to use notes or podiums, and all speeches must be memorized. Ryan's speech, was titled True Democracy and focused on the voting rights. As a senior, Ryan placed second in the regional competition, and as a junior, he placed third at the state level, falling only a few points shy of representing Massachusetts at the national conference. In total, Ryan was awarded over $1,500 in scholarships for his success in this contest. Ryan, congratulations to you. Thank you, Ryan. Would Dylan Tobias please join us on the podium, please, or at the stage? Dylan Tobias was the representative to the Mass Star Youth Leadership Program during his sophomore year at Middleborough High School. Dylan was selected from the entire sophomore class to participate in this program held on the campus of LaSalle University. Dylan spent the weekend in June at the college learning and refining his leadership skills. Dylan was able to work with numerous leaders from across the state. We want to congratulate Dylan on being a fine representative of the conference and truly a leader. So Dylan, congratulations to you. Would Bella Ventresca please stand? We want to make sure we give special recognition to Bella, that in the fall of this year, that she was selected and awarded the Superintendent of Schools Award for Overall Excellence during her high school career, And we were so proud of her, and she was recognized at a school committee meeting from Mr. Lynch. So Bella, we want to make sure we recognized you tonight for that. And lastly, before we move on to the next part of the program, for all members of the senior class who are part of a student council during their time, if you'd please come up onto the stage and receive your medals to wear in your graduation gowns. Come on up. Anyone who is a representative, come on up, or an officer. Or officer. You were a representative. You were a rep. You were a representative. Nice round of applause to the class of 2019. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Ryan Sylvia, the Middleborough High School Athletic Director, to the front of the stage for podium to the presentation of the athletic awards for the class of 2019. Mr. Sylvia.
Thank you, Mr. Brannigan. First up is our Middleborough High School Scholar Athlete Awards. These awards go to a male and female student athlete that excel both on the playing surface and in the classroom. The 2019 winner of the Middleborough High School Scholar Athlete Award is Cameron Labrie. Athletically, Cam has participated in soccer, basketball, indoor track, and outdoor track. Cam was named a captain, South Shore League All-Star in both soccer and track. Congratulations, Cam. And our female recipient for the Middleborough High School Scholar Athlete Award is Isabella Ventresca. Bella competed in soccer, indoor track, and tennis for 11 of the 12 seasons over her 4-year career. Bella's accolades extended beyond the playing surface as she is a member of the Silver M Society, as well as the History, Math, English, Music, and French National Honor Societies. Bella is also a member of Best Buddies, Student Council, and Math Team, and she intends to study biomedical engineering in college. Congratulations, Bella. Our next two awards are Outstanding Sachem Student Athlete Awards, awarded to our best female and male athlete of the senior class. The 2019 Female Athlete Award recipient is Abigail Wager. Abby competed in cross country, indoor track, majorettes, and outdoor track for all 4 seasons, totaling 20 sports seasons, between majorettes having 2 seasons. Abby was selected as a captain in all of her sports. Abby has set numerous school records, including our cross-country home course record, indoor mile record, indoor 2-mile record, indoor 4x8 meter record, indoor distance medley relay, and the outdoor 2-mile. Abby also helped lead the majorette competition team to 3 New England Majorette Association championships. She has been selected as a South Shore League All-Star, a Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, as well as a South Shore League Scholar Athlete and a Player of the Year. Abby plans to attend Westfield State, where she intends to continue her athletic career. Congratulations, Abby. And our male winner for the Outstanding Sachem Athlete is Jacob Studley. Jake competed in football, wrestling, and outdoor track, as well as soccer during his high school career. Jake has numerous athletic accomplishments, including wrestling, Division III state champion in the 175 weight class this past year, Division IV state champion in javelin both last year and then a repeat this year. He'll be competing in all states this weekend. And South Shore League All-Star in all 3 sports, a Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, and Jake was also named a South Shore League Scholar Athlete Award winner. He also recently completed a project to earn his Eagle Scout honors. Congratulations, Jake. Next is the Edward R. McQuiggan Memorial Sportsmanship Award. The Edward R. McQuiggan Award is chosen annually to represent a male and female student athlete who most symbolizes the spirit and sportsmanship of a Middleborough athlete during interscholastic competitions. The 2019 female award winner is Bridget Lynch. Bridget participated in volleyball, indoor track, and tennis, where she was selected as a captain and South Shore League All-Star in both volleyball and tennis. She is extremely caring, hardworking, and attentive as a captain. Bridget helped lead her team to tournament qualification in both volleyball and tennis. Congratulations, Bridget. Our male recipient of the Sportsmanship Award is Garrett Donahoe. Garrett's another student athlete who participated in all 12 seasons throughout his high school career in golf, ice hockey, and lacrosse, and served as a captain of all 3 teams. Garrett epitomizes the word sportsmanship through his quiet and respectful leadership style. Garrett always puts the best interests of his team first and respects his opponents and their achievements. Congratulations, Garrett. Next is the James Braga Memorial Award. The Jim Braga Memorial Award is named after a former teacher and coach at Middleborough High School. Coach Braga was a spirited sachem who, as a coach, led the boys' soccer team to the state finals in 2003. This year's deserving recipient is Josh Young. Josh was a 4-year member of the soccer team, basketball team, and track team. Josh represented Middleborough as a captain of both soccer and basketball. He also recently received the MIA Student Athlete of the Month Recognition Award and served as our senior representative for the MIA Student Ambassador Program. Congratulations, Josh. Each year, one boy and one girl from 17 area schools is honored for their contributions to basketball in their community. This award always goes to a senior member of the team. The 2019 Dave Cowens Award Ceremony, named after former Boston Celtics great, was held at New Bedford Vocational Technical High School back in March. At the ceremony, Zach Sylvia was honored for his achievements in the sport of basketball at Middleborough High School. Congratulations, Zach. And we did not have a senior member of the girls' basketball program this year, so we do not have a senior female Dave Cowens representative. Congrats, Zach. In a similar award ceremony, each year an athlete from 17 area schools is honored for their contributions to the sport of football in their community. The 2019 Otto Graham Achievement Award nominee was recognized at the New Bedford Vocational Technical High School again back in March. At the ceremony, Brandon Hogan was honored for his achievements in the sport of football at Middleborough High School. Congratulations, Brandon. Thanks, Brandon. Next is the Tracy Gosson Majorette Award. Tracy Gosson is a longtime Hall of Fame coach for the Middleborough Sachems Majorette team, leading the program to multiple New England Majorette Association championships. Rachel Peterson is this year's recipient of the Tracy Gosson Majorette Award. Congratulations, Rachel, on all your many accomplishments. And the last recognition for athletics tonight is our 2017 football Super Bowl state champions, who we want to recognize from the previous year, those student athletes who participated on that team as juniors. So when I call your name, you can come up onto the stage to be recognized. Andrew Balsius. You can hold off till the end when we get everybody up here. Andrew Balsius, Brandon Boutte, Peter Calogero, Sean Grimes, Brandon Hogan, Ryan Perry, Ryan Plosky, Cam Rideout, Sam Riando, and Dylan Tobias. Congratulations to the members of the 2017 state championship team. At this time, I'll invite Mr. Dizell to the podium.
Good evening. Would Riley Leonard, Bridget Lynch, and Molly Myers please join me on the stage? The Middleborough High School class of 1951 titled the yearbook Timuron by stating, "Progress is the shadow of time, but time can pass without progress. The progress we make in school is the shadow of time spent." The insight from the class of 1951 is still true today. Time marches on. Timuron. This year, 3 talented students served as editors for the yearbook. They worked throughout the year to ensure that the Timuron captured the essence of our school and the class of 2019. They have created a lasting memory, and we thank them for adding this class to our yearbook history. Congratulations, Riley, Bridget, and Molly, on a job very well done. Would Mr. Brannigan please come to the podium?
I would like to have our yearbook editors, Riley, Bridget, and Molly, come over here as we have a special presentation that they would like to do. And would Mr. Albert Buddy Keach please join us on stage?
Should I go now? Do I say it? This year, the 2019 yearbook Timuron is in dedication to Albert Buddy Keach, a beloved faculty member at MHS for over 35 years. Starting as a career specialist in 1984, Mr. Keach worked in computer science in the social studies department before retiring with computer technology. He also coached MHS boys basketball in the early years and, of course, MHS football. Keach will be missed greatly as a smiling face throughout the entire school community. We wish him a happy retirement.
Buddy, just before you leave, that this morning, our senior class, we took a moment and we have a special gift we want to hand to you. It is just a signature of all of the members of the senior class with a compass that says Middleborough with our coordinates of where our town is. And it says, wherever your journey takes you, always remember where home is. Thank you for everything.
And now for the foreign language awards for the class of 2019. Would Mr. Bill Breen and the following students please come to the stage at this time? Zachary Belanger, Vanessa Dos Anjos, Aaron Eggersheim, and Johnny Harris. No, Bill? Okay. The Russian Scholar Laureate is Johnny Harris. This year, we had one student who was recognized by the American Council of Teachers of Russian to be the 2019 recipient of the Russian Scholar Laureate, Johnny Harris. Johnny has proven himself to be an extremely strong achiever and participant in all areas of Russian language study. His consistent achievement of A+ marks over 4 years of study aptly demonstrated this. His contributions to our class as a role model for conversation, translation, writing, and general knowledge have benefited his peers greatly. We wish him the best in his post-high school pursuits. Congratulations, Johnny. The Foreign Language Intern Award goes to Vanessa Dos Anjos. The Foreign Language Department is honored to acknowledge Vanessa as the recipient of the Foreign Language Intern Award. It is a very rare student who possesses the skills and knowledge that Vanessa has shared with the Foreign Language Department throughout her tenure as a student. Vanessa is a native speaker of Haitian Creole. She possesses a native fluency of the English language and was a scholar student in both the MHS French and Spanish language programs. Her passion for language and culture are an inspiration to her peers and teachers. Vanessa put her language skills to work all year this year as she served as an intern for the department from September through May. Vanessa also was inducted into the French and Spanish Honor Societies this year. The Foreign Language Department staff is honored to acknowledge Vanessa with this book award as we wish her all the best in her post-high school pursuits. Congratulations, Vanessa. The Spanish award recipient is Zachary Belanger. Zachary Belanger has been a dedicated and enthusiastic student for 4 years of Spanish. He has consistently demonstrated his commitment to becoming proficient in the Spanish language and learning about its cultures. Zach takes the risks necessary to expand his proficiency level and encourages his classmates to do the same. We wish him continued success on his path to bilingualism. It was with great pleasure that I congratulate Zachary Belanger on becoming the recipient of this award. The French award recipient is Erin Eggersheim. Erin almost did not make French 4 fit into her schedule this year, but with a few last-minute tweaks, she managed to fit in French 4, and I am incredibly glad that she did. Erin has been an outstanding student since her first day in French 1. She has a fantastic work ethic and has always gone above and beyond with every assignment. She has displayed an interest and curiosity in French beyond what was covered in class and has a natural flair for the language. Erin will be missed here at MHS, but I have no doubts that she will be a huge success at The Ohio State University and wherever life takes her. It is with great pleasure that I congratulate Erin Eggersheim on being the recipient of this award. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Except for Erin. Erin, come on back. You stay. The Boston Society of Women Engineers Award is awarded to Erin Eggersheim. The Society of Women Engineers is a nonprofit educational service organization dedicated to making known the need for women engineers and encouraging young women to consider an engineering education. The organization's 4 objectives are as relevant today as they were more than 50 years ago: to inform young women, their parents, counselors, and the public in general of the qualifications and achievements of women engineers and the opportunities open to them; to assist women engineers in readying themselves for a return to active work after temporary retirement; to serve as a center of information on women in engineering; and to encourage women engineers to attain high levels of education and professional achievement. The Certificate of Merit Awards honor high school women with outstanding achievement in STEM courses, providing them with recognition and encouragement to pursue careers in STEM fields. Award recipients must be young women who have completed 3 years of science and mathematics with distinction, and they must be active citizens of the school and/or community. This year's senior recipient is Erin Eggersheim. Congratulations on this great achievement. Would Mr. John Sereau please step up to the podium? All right, I'll fit in right here. I would like Johnny Harris to come back to the stage. Where's Johnny Harris? Go ahead. It is my distinct pleasure to award Johnny Harris with the Jeff Thompson Medal in Mathematics. The Jeff Thompson Medal in Mathematics is awarded to the member of the Middleborough math team who has demonstrated excellence in mathematics by achieving the highest total cumulative score in the various math competitions throughout the year. Mr. Thompson instilled a love of mathematics into his students for over 34 years at Middleborough High School, and this medal recognizes the student who best exemplifies this passion for mathematics. This year's winner is Johnny Harris, Jr. Would the following students please join me on the stage? Genevieve Augusto, Sarah Bourget, Skyla Caraschillo, Caitlin Creamer, Ashley Curtin, Julian DeJesus, Ariana Donez, Megan Doherty, Erin Eggersheim, Noelle Ingracia, Michaela Lenahan, Casey Moore, Molly Myers, Emmett Sullivan, Brandon Willey, Dylan Smith, and Jules Andrade. The Speech and Theater Workshop is the co-curricular theater program at Middleborough High School. STW produces 3 main stage shows, various coffee houses, after-school workshops, and field trips each year. The following graduates are members of Speech and Theater Workshop who have participated in more than one STW event each year and demonstrated collaboration, creativity, and commitment to the arts. The Speech and Theater Workshop is dependent on strong leadership and commitment to the vision of the program to successfully develop and produce the wide variety of events the organization presents each school year. This year, STW was fortunate to have positive, enthusiastic, and dedicated officers to lead the way for the underclassmen. Leading STW's e-board in all productions were Dylan Smith as the STW company manager and Jules Andrade as the STW Artistic Director. Congratulations to both of you. Last but not least, the STW Unsung Hero Award is awarded to Ariana Donez. The Speech and Theater Unsung Hero Award recognizes a student who has positively influenced the organization from behind the scenes with a positive attitude, a willingness to help in whatever capacity necessary, and a commitment to excellence. Congratulations to Ari on this honor. Thank you very much. For the Video Technology Award, would the following students please join me on the stage? Aaron Conley, Megan Doherty, and Chase Holyoke. The Video Technology Award is presented to a senior or seniors who have demonstrated excellence in video and media production. This year's recipients are Aaron, Megan, and Chase. Aaron, Megan, and Chase have been outstanding students and interns in the John Hilzebeck Television Studio. Aaron's work as lead editor on Met News, Sports, and Events was instrumental toward improving the quality and quantity of programming on Met. Megan's talents in production and willingness to assist others in scripting, shooting, and editing provided invaluable support as an intern. And Chase's unique directing style awarded him with a nomination from the New England chapter of the National Association of Television Arts and Sciences for his work, To Whom It May Concern. His file, Internet to Fire, will be representing MHS at the 33rd Annual MOVE Contest on June 3rd. Thank you for all of your leadership, your talents, enthusiasm, and professionalism will be missed greatly at Middleborough High School. Congratulations, Aaron, Megan, and Chase. Tassel down. You're gonna want that. For the Visual Arts Award, would Cassidy Cragen please join me on the stage? Cassidy Cragen is a talented artist who has shown growth in both her technical skill and her approach to the discipline of art making throughout her 4 years at MHS. Her artwork is easily recognizable by its technical proficiency and creative vision. Congratulations, Cassidy. For Art All-State recognition, I would like to ask Maggie Smith to please stand. Oh, just stand, Maggie. Just stand. Add girl. Here we go. Yep, there she is. Maggie Smith was selected in her junior year to participate in Massachusetts Art All-State. Art All-State is a highly competitive and intense 2-day program that brings together 144 high school juniors of exceptional artistic potential and commitment to work with practicing artists to create collaborative installations. Congratulations, Maggie, for representing Middleborough High School at such a prestigious event. I would now like to turn the podium over to Mrs. Jameson.
Good evening. Would Skylar Carrasquillo come to the stage, please? Skylar, the John Philip Sousa Band Award is the pinnacle of achievement for high school band students. Created in 1955, the award honors the top student in a high school band and recognizes superior musicianship and outstanding dedication. It was developed with the cooperation of Hella Sousa Albert and Priscilla Sousa, daughters of the famous composer and bandmaster. Tonight, we give this award to you. Skylar has been an outstanding member of the band since 4th grade. Skylar has been a section leader and heavily relied on player throughout her years at MHS. This past year, she served as senior drum major for the marching band. Skylar's contributions to the MHS band have been tremendous, and it is with great enthusiasm that we present you with this award tonight. Maggie Smith. This year, we recognize Maggie Smith as the recipient of the 2019 National School Choral Award. The National School Choral Award goes to an individual who has time and time again shown their dedication to the choral program at Middleborough High School. Within the classroom, Maggie Smith has displayed prime examples of musicality through learning music at an accelerated rate and acting as a leader for new members of the ensemble. As president of the concert choir E-Board, Maggie has also shown strong examples of leadership and coordination, resulting in events such as the most recent year's talent show. Finally, Maggie has also been a strong representative of Middleborough at music festivals, including SEMSBA and the Southeastern Massachusetts District Festival. Katrina Bingham Moss, would you join me on stage, please? The National School Orchestra Award is the pinnacle of achievement for high school orchestra students. The award recognizes excellence in playing and contributions to the ensemble. It honors outstanding dedication and a high level of musicianship. Katrina was an outstanding member of the orchestra where she played the violin. She was also a solid member of the first violin section all 4 years and became a player who could be relied on to perform her part well. She was an excellent role model for her peers and was always willing to go above and beyond for the good of the group. Katrina's hard work and perseverance demonstrated her maturity and will be missed next year. It is my pleasure to present this award to you, Katrina. Congratulations. Cassidy Cragen and Emily Geddes, please come to the stage. The Orchestra Director's Award for Outstanding Contributions to the Orchestra is presented to a student or students who went above and beyond to help them make the orchestra successful. Cassidy and Emily were both outstanding members of the orchestra. They anchored the second violin section and could be relied on to play their parts well. Both students had the opportunity to represent Middleborough High School as part of the performance tour in Europe last summer. They represented our school with pride, and we are pleased to present these awards to these two ladies tonight. Congratulations. Connor Harrington and Caitlin Rulio, would you please join me on stage? The Band Director's Award for Outstanding Contributions to the Band is presented to students who went above and beyond to help make the band successful. Caitlin was an important leader in the band where she served as a drum major during her senior year. She always went above and beyond to make sure the band was ready to perform. Connor was the leader of the percussion section, where he helped coordinate equipment and performance details and brought tremendous energy and enthusiasm to each performance. Both of these students made outstanding contributions to the band program, and we are proud to present them with this award this evening. Would Ariana Dones and Madeline Kilpeck please join me on stage? The Choir Director's Award for Outstanding Contributions to the Concert Choir is presented to students who go above and beyond to help make the concert choir successful. These two ladies have been given this award this evening. In a short time frame, both Ariana and Madeline have shown strong examples of leadership and musicality within the vocal ensemble programs. Across all 4 years of her time here at MHS, Ari has been an active member of the annual musical productions and talent shows. As Vice President of the Concert Choir E-Board, Ari has also made strong contributions towards the betterment of the vocal ensemble. Maddie has also been an active member of the vocal programs, both inside and outside of school. In addition to the enrollment of 2 vocal ensembles during her senior year, Maddie has been an active performer in the music department's annual talent show and has represented Middleborough at music festivals, including SEMSPA and the Southeastern Massachusetts District Festival. It is our pleasure to congratulate you this evening. Would Erica Correa, Caitlin Harrington, Rachel Peterson, and Madison Roberts please join us on stage? The Harvey F. Brooks Jr. School to Career Award is given to students who have done an exceptional job on their school internships, going above and beyond the expectations of the school and their site supervisors. These students have taken responsibility for developing their own personal and professional growth through the internship program. We are very proud of the way these students have represented Middleborough High School. Erica was an intern at Seoul Homestead. Caitlin was an intern at Plymouth Bay Orthopedics. Rachel was an intern at Shepherd's Path Road to Learning, and Madison was an intern at Toby Hospital. Thank you, girls, for representing Middleborough High School. Thank you, ladies. Would Brandon Boutte please join me on stage? This is for the Fire Science Jake Award. The Fire Science service is about teamwork, dedication, loyalty, commitment, and putting your heart into the job. The term Jake is used by firefighters to compliment or praise a firefighter who consistently demonstrates those qualities that make good firefighters. To be referred to as a good Jake by other firefighters is recognition of the effort that one puts into their life as a firefighter, and it is the ultimate compliment. Each year, the instructors and the students of Fire Science program choose the individual who consistently demonstrates the qualities to be called a good Jake. Congratulations. I'd like to introduce Sergeant John Graham, our school resource officer. Would he please join me on stage? And also, could I please have Peter Calagiro, Ryan Perry, Jacob Steiner, and Brooke Whittemore? police intern program at Middleborough High School has been a successful story for the students, the school, and the community. To date, there are numerous ex-interns who work for the Middleborough Police Department or have attained careers in the law enforcement field. Students selected to participate in this program are subjected to the day-to-day operations within the department, such as dispatch, where one would field telephone calls, dispatch officers over the radio to accompanying seasoned officers, ride with officers and cruisers as they operate on patrol, and answer calls for service. Other functions of an intern involve computer work, data entry, filing, or collecting to attending and observing the court processes with the court officer. This essentially gives the intern a look at all facets of the job from a front row seat and normally will solidify whether the intern feels this career may be for him or her. This year, the Middleborough Police Department had 4 incredible internships who would be fortunate to have working with us in the profession. All have exceeded expectations and have been a pleasure to have in the ranks. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Sergeant Graham. Could I have Erin Eggersheim to the front stage, please? Erin, you're receiving the Excellent in Psychology Award. This year, the Social Studies Department has granted this award to you for a member of the senior class who has excelled and showed great passion in her advanced placement psychology work. Erin has proven to be a huge asset to the class. Her interest and enthusiasm for the subject are infectious, and the entire group has benefited from her enrollment in the course. Her maturity and professionalism within the classroom are rare for a student her age. Erin would often relate units back to real-life situations and has gone above and beyond to contribute her studies in the subject. Erin found a podcast that shared with me, the teacher, that follows the different units we discussed in class. She listened to it and helped broaden her understanding of the content. This is just one of the many examples of her enthusiasm. Erin continued to show her passion within the classroom, maintaining an A average through the year and consistently remaining at the top of her class. Thank you for everything, Erin. It was a great pleasure to have you in class. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Brannigan to return to the podium.
Thank you, Mrs. Jameson. At this time, would Dylan Tobias please join us on stage, please? It's important to recognize Dylan tonight because back in April, he was awarded as the national winner of the Horatio Alger Scholarship. Dylan Tobias, a Middleborough High School senior, was named the 2019 National Scholar, and he's wearing his medallion around his neck now, which was issued by the Supreme Court. Dylan was one of 2 students from the state of Massachusetts and 106 in the nation to be recognized as a national scholar. The Horatio Alger Foundation, or Horatio Alger Scholarship Program, is one of the major scholarship programs nationally that specifically assists high school students who have faced and overcome great obstacles in their young lives. The scholarships are funded by the Horatio Alger members who, like the scholars, have experienced challenges but ultimately overcame them to become successful business and civic leaders. To be eligible to apply the Horatio Alger Scholarship, they must complete an extensive application process as well meet specific criteria. As a recipient of this award, Dylan received an all-expenses-paid trip to Washington, D.C. in April, where he met with business leaders, CEOs, entrepreneurs from many Fortune 500 companies. Dylan said, quote, "There was no words that I could say to capture this experience. This was once in a lifetime and truly extraordinary. Middleborough High School and Middleborough Public Schools are so proud of you, Dylan. We are excited to see you grow and hopefully one day be on the other side of the table, inspiring future students just as the others did for you. Congratulations." Tonight, we want to recognize members of the class of 2019, 43 of them to be exact, who have qualified and received the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. When I call your name, if you would please rise, that these students, because of their MCAS scores, received a scholarship for free tuition to any state college, state university, or the UMass system in the Commonwealth. Would you please stand? Zach Belanger, Katrina Bigamas, Noah Brown, Brandon Boutte, Peter Calagero, Skyla Carrasquillo, Zach Chin, Heidi Cretion, Travis Colby, Erica Correa, Cassidy Cragen, Ashley Curtin, Natalie Dargelis, Thomas Devine, Megan Doherty, Ariana Dones, Garrett Donahoe, Riley Dragunis, Aaron Egersheim, Noel Ingracia, Michael Gould, Caitlin Harrington, Johnny Harris, Nathan Hetrick, Cam Labrie, Michaela Linehan, Ethan Matos, Owen McCarthy, Hannah Melendi, Dana Moore, Brandon Parker, Madison Roberts, Mitchell Salvador, Emily Sargent, Dan Scalfani, Maggie Smith, Jake Steiner, Jake Studley, Emmett Sullivan, Dylan Tobias, Bella Ventresca, Ian Yeskovich, and Joshua Young. Congratulations to all of you. There is another state award that the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education gives out, and it is called the Koplik Scholarship. And this year, out of the class of 2019, because of their MCAS scores, that 93 of these seniors were eligible. I am not going to read all 93 names. However, I do want to recognize 4 members of the senior class. Would Julia Delamano and Chase Holyoke please stand? The application process for Koplik is quite rigorous, and that Chase and Julia have completed the application process for Koplik and for this year. And would Emily Geddes and Michael Gould please stand and join the others? And that Emily and Michael are in process, and we know their applications are still pending, that these 4 students have been able to complete the significant work that it takes to be recognized as a Koplik Scholar. So congratulations to the 4 of you. There's a brand new organization that we started this year at the high school that Mr. Sylvia and I collaborated on. And it was a program called Club Us, or Club Unified Students, where we took the Captain's Council that Mr. Sylvia had and the Principals Roundtable that I ran, and we combined forces to create a dynamic group of leaders where their entire charge was to create a unified school. That the Club Us program came out of a conference that many of the students in this room attended for the National Student Council Conference, where there we had learned of a school that had something similar. Inspired, we brought it here to Middleborough. Would the following members of the class of 2019 please join us on stage, and would Mr. Sylvia please grab the basket with the pins that are inside? Tonight you'll be receiving a pin that says leadership on it, because we're so grateful for the leadership that you gave to your respective organizations, but also when you came around the table together as a group, what you were able to accomplish. What's important to note that the Club Us team, that they represented every single club, activity, organization, athletic team on our campus. So we invite the class members of Club Us, class of 2019. Jules Andre, Dan Botello, Brandon Boutte, Peter Calagero, Maddie Canavo, Skylar Garasquillo, Nolan Childs, Heidi Cretion, Paige Kreitz, Garrett Donahoe, Joe Escolas, Emily Geddes, Sean Grimes, Caitlin Harrington, Brandon Hogan, Chase Holyoke, Edward Jordan, Sydney Jutras, Maddie Kilpeck, Mike Kaminsky, Cam Labrie, Bridget Lynch, Owen McCarthy, Hannah Melendi, Sydney Montross, Dana Moore, Erin Nichols, Rachel Peterson, Madison Roberts, Caitlin Rollier, Bella Ruggiero, Dan Scalfani, Zach Sylvia, Dylan Smith, Maggie Smith, Jake Steiner, Jake Studley, Dylan Tobias, Rachel Toole, Victoria Ulrich, Isabella Ventresca, Abby Wager, Ian Yeskovich, and Joshua Young. To the seniors that are standing in front of you, we just want to recognize and thank you for ensuring the fact that you created at Middleborough High School a truly unified school. Whether it be ensuring the fact that all of our unified sports teams had fans in the stands and made sure that every team was celebrated, but more importantly, to ensure the fact that every organization in our school and every sports team and every student in our building felt like they had a sense of belonging. And it was this team that came together in a library to ensure that that happened. And they all represented their respective organizations. We're so proud of what you've accomplished. Thank you so very, very much. Would Dan Patello, Maddie Canavo, Chase Holyoke, and Bridget Lynch please join us on stage? It is with great pleasure to announce that the 4 students standing in front of you tonight are being awarded the Middleborough High School Class of 2019 Spirit and Service Award. This award is presented to 4 members of the class of 2019 who have demonstrated a clear commitment to not only serve their class, but also their school. They epitomize the cooperation of working relationships that any school needs to move forward and develop a higher level of morale and spirit. This year, recipients are Dan Patello, Maddie Canavo, Chase Holyoke, and Bridget Lynch. We're so proud of what you've accomplished. Thank you very much. Would Katrina Bingham-Mass, Brandon Hogan, Owen McCarthy, and Hannah Melendi please join us on stage? These 4 student leaders are being recognized on behalf of the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association, or the MIAA. These 4 students are athletes, but more importantly, because of the work that they have done in leadership and service in our school, that they've been recognized by the MIAA and Middleborough High School to receive one of the Pillar Awards. Katrina Bingham-Mass will receive the Sportsmanship Pillar for demonstrating respect to others and outstanding contributions to the school community. Brandon Hogan, he will be receiving the Leadership Pillar Award for utilizing the power of positive influence as a role model and outstanding contributions to the school community. Owen McCarthy has been awarded the Community Service Pillar for giving back through service and his outstanding contributions to the school and community. And lastly, Hannah Melendi will be awarded the Wellness Pillar for making healthy life choices and outstanding contributions to the school community. We're so thankful for all that you've done, the 4 of you. Congratulations. Would Garrett Donahoe please join us on stage? Tonight, Garrett Donahoe is receiving an award on behalf of the Massachusetts Secondary School Administrators Association, or the MSAA. Every principal in the state is given an opportunity to honor one student that would be combined with all the other seniors in schools throughout our Commonwealth for a student who has epitomized what it means to be a leader in a school and a member of a school community. This year, it is with great pleasure to announce that Garrett Donahoe will be named the MSAA Student of the Year. Because of his work, not only on the athletic fields, in the classroom, in leadership, and in service, it is with great pleasure to award you this very special award. Congratulations to you, Garrett. Now to move on to some of our final awards for the night. We need to recognize and award the Presidential Award for Educational Excellence. At this time, would the following seniors please join us on stage? Zach Belanger, Katrina Bingamas, Dan Botello, Morgan Briggs, Peter Collegiero, Maddie Canavo, Skyla Carrasquillo, Zach Chin, Heidi Cretion, Travis Colby, Cassidy Cragen, Ashley Curtin, Natalie Dargelis, Julia Delamano, Megan Doherty, Garrett Donahoe, Logan Dufilli, Aaron Igersheim, Noel Ingracia, Joe Escolas, Emily Geddes, Caitlin Harrington, Brandon Hogan, Chase Holyoke. We'll do the first group. And as these seniors, if you remain on stage, we're going to be asking another group of seniors to join them and just stand right in front of the seniors that are here, please. Would Michaela Hood, Cam Labrie, Sydney Littlefield, Colby Lamba, Bridget Lynch, Owen McCarthy, Hannah Melendi, Sydney Montross, Hannah Morrison, Milo Oliva, Brendan Parker, Jalen Peebles, Ryan Quill, Madison Roberts, Bella Ruggiero, Emily Sargent, Dan Scalfani, Shaunna Segrin, Maggie Smith, Jake Steiner, Jake Studley, Bella Ventresca, Ian Yeskovich. To all of our students that are standing on stage, if I may, this is a note from the President of the United States. Mrs. Trump and I are pleased to congratulate you on receiving the 2019 President's Education Award. It is a privilege to join your family, friends, school, and community in celebrating your wonderful achievement. The success in education of our youth are vitally important to the future of America and the entire world. Your distinguished commitment to learning gives us great hope. Our nation is strengthened by your hard work, leadership, and academic excellence. We encourage you to continue to believe in yourself, strive towards even greater accomplishments, and pursue your dreams no matter the obstacle. May God bless you, and may he continue to bless the United States of America. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you, everyone. And now it's with great pleasure if Mr. Zach Chin could please join us on stage. Mr. Zach Chin tonight will be officially named the salutatorian for the class of 2019. Zach has had an unbelievable ride here at Middleborough High School, academically, athletically, and socially. He has been a member of the soccer team, the winter track team as a ninth grader, and the spring track team, long distance, for all 4 years. He's been a member of Student Council, a member of the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Rho Kappa, the National English Honor Society, the Science National Honor Society, and has been a member of the math team. He has been committed himself to community service, and academically, he has been outstanding. So, Zach, congratulations to you. We look forward that you will be representing the class of 2019 on Saturday as the salutatorian for the class. Congratulations. And when Erin Iggersheim, please join us on stage. Erin, congratulations, because tonight we are officially recognizing you and naming you the valedictorian for the class of 2019. Erin has had a very impressive record at the high school. She has played ultimate frisbee for all 4 years. She's been a member of the math team. She played field hockey in the 9th and 10th grade, and she's been a member of STW as well. She has an unbelievable commitment to service. Her honor societies are Mu Alpha Theta, the History Honor Society, National Honor Society, the Science Honor Society. She is committed to her work in engineering and science, and we're just so very proud of what you've accomplished. And we're so excited that you will be representing the class of 2019 on Saturday as the valedictorian. Congratulations to you, Erin. And as we bring our senior last assembly to a close, it is only fitting that we close tonight with an incredibly special person to the class of 2019. It is with great honor to introduce to you the president of the class of 2019, Ms. Sydney Montross.
Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and students of the graduating class of 2019. I would like to start off by saying thank you to everyone who has helped me and my fellow classmates get to this point in our lives. It seems like just yesterday, Mom was handing us our packed lunch and we were waving goodbye to Dad as we were off to our first day of kindergarten. Parents would take hundreds of pictures of all of us dressed up. We'd get on a bus, anxious but excited to see who was going to be in our class. We'd take our seats and practice writing our letters or working on basic addition and subtraction. The days seemed to drag on, but before we knew it, it was time to go home. Kindergarten quickly passed and we all moved on to elementary school, where we held baby chicks in 2nd grade, had a crab soccer tournament in 4th grade, and of course the famous 5th grade spelling bee. Once we got to middle school, it seemed like everything had changed. Classes were harder and longer, lunches were bigger, and there was no more recess. Everyone was beginning to grow up. In high school, our class not only grew together but thrived. As early as freshman year, I remember watching my friends and other fellow classmates become closer to one another in various sports, clubs, and activities. I've watched classmates make tournaments, perform in plays, ace difficult tests and classes, and make new friends, step out of their comfort zone, and so much more. Being senior class president has opened my eyes to see how amazing everyone in this class truly is and how much of an impact everyone has had on each other. Without each piece of us, each athlete, each scholar, each band member, each actor or actress, or each student council member, we would not be where we are today. Each of us is like a piece of a puzzle, and without each piece, we as a class would be incomplete. We have gained members and we have lost members, and it has not always been a smooth journey to this point. We have had many adversities to face, from rigorous AP courses to rainy prom weather 2 years in a row. But together, whether that be with a few close friends, a teacher, a parent, or collectively as a class, we have made it through to this point. Although this sounds like the end, it is only the beginning. This is simply the first few chapters of our life stories, and the best is yet to come. Here's where we turn the page of our story, but not to erase what we had, but to propel us forward for what is to come. This is the last time the class of 2019 will be all together before graduation. Take a minute to remember all the memories, good or bad, all the friendships gained or lost, all the sporting events, plays, conferences, and field trips we have all been on together. How everyone around you, whether it be your best friend or someone you only knew as the funny guy from English, has impacted your high school experience. Take a minute to appreciate all of your teachers, your parents, and your family members who have helped you get to this point in your life. Without all the rides to practices or rehearsals and the extra help after school, you may not be where you are today. Class of 2019, do not think of this as the end of high school, but the beginning of life, the beginning of an adventure you have been eagerly waiting for. Whether that be college, the military, the workforce, or whatever you decide to do, remember the memories you have made here and look forward to the memories you will make in the future. Thank you for the honor of being your president. It's been a fun ride and I will miss it, and I can't wait to see all of your stories.
Sydney, if you could just stand for a moment in the center, please. Sydney, we just want to, on behalf of our school, to thank you so much for your leadership, that as the senior class president, you have an incredibly important role in a school, and that I think you did a tremendous job of leading a class, of working collaboratively with your officers, and really making it a memorable experience for a senior class. And so we're so proud of you, and we wish you the very best in your next chapter of life. And you wanted as well to take a gavel with you, and we hope you'll never stop leading. So to our class of 2019, congratulations. You did an unbelievable job, obviously, in your 4 years. So just if we can all share in a round of applause for our graduating class of 2019. There we go. As always, to all of our family and friends that are here tonight, we welcome you to our home over the next couple of days between the assembly tonight and, of course, graduation on Saturday. We're so thankful that the students who are sitting here in their caps and gowns spent their years here at Middleborough High School, and we couldn't be prouder of what they've done, and we thank you for letting them be a student here with us. And with that being said, if our marshals would please take their positions and to bring our seniors to stand. We invite all of our family and friends as our seniors leave. They'll be heading back down to the cafeteria, and we hope the fact that all of you would please join us in a very modest reception to continue the celebration of the class of 2019. To our seniors, tomorrow morning, you have graduation rehearsal at 8 a.m., not 8:01, 8 a.m., and that we have a wonderful afternoon planned as we will do our senior walk through the town of Middleborough. Everyone, thank you for being here tonight. Our class marshals, if you can begin the exit from the auditorium.